Goulash or goulash. Goulash or goulash. Shalom Israel. I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. I.S.U.P.K began at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run today by Commanding General Yahanna, the only man given the rank and authority to lead Israel today. I want to say Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai Barakatam, Barakatat to my sisters, sorry, to my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Ilatan Basham Yahweh Shai to my sisters. Alright, what are we looking at today now? Solution to black on black crime in Jamaica. Cannot deny that crime is a serious problem in Jamaica today. Caused mainly by a lack of brotherhood. Yes. If you put it on here. If we had any semblance of brotherhood in us, we wouldn't be doing these things. So we're going to take a biblical look at the solution. But as always, the question is, you know you're sick, you go to the doctor, you're being diagnosed with your sickness, but are you willing to take the medicine? That is what it comes down to. Are you willing to take the antidote, the medicine for the problem, or to solve the problem? All right, let's look what the Bible says. Matthew 5. Beginning at Matthew 5:19. Let's see what that says. Oh, reading. Well, today we have a reading over. Officer Akaya.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Whosoever. Big brother, U.P.K, come on. What are you doing? Whosoever shall break the least. And the least there, you know, is not to say, all right, this commandment is the least. But which one is least to you? Maybe you might be comfortable. You don't smoke. You're not sleeping with your brother's woman. You're not stealing. But you're eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. You don't see anything wrong with that. So to you, that's the least. So you teach man that, you know, you can eat that. Nothing is wrong. You're not harming anybody. But to someone else, they might not eat that, but they lost. So to him, lusting is the least. Now the Most High is saying, whosoever shall teach men, you break that. And if you teach men that, you know, you can do this, you are what?
Ye shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
And who is the least? Who will be the least in the kingdom of heaven? The man who sweep the street, the man who look after the tables, the man who do the menial jobs. Just like in this kingdom, you look at people, you pass people on the road doing menial jobs and you say, they are the least. They don't stop and even look twice. They become the least to you. So it's the same way the Most High is saying, you do that, you might make it to the kingdom, you know, but you're gonna be the least. And what's the flip side to that now? Continue.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
So whosoever shall do the commandments and teach men that they should, that's how we know that UPK is on the way to be the great in the kingdom of heaven. Now, who are the great in the kingdom of heaven? The leaders. The one who leads, the one who executes judgment, the one who sits in your parliament, the one who is reigning or ruling over you. I know most of you don't like the UPK now, but guess what? If I were you, I would just join, come on board and teach men about the commandments so that you can be great. So that you can rule over people rather than people ruling over you. If that's the way you see. All right, continue. That's verse what? 19?
Verse 19, sir.
All right, 20.
Verse 20. For I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Unless your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees. Who are the scribes and the Pharisees today? You're a Christian church, you're Christian pastors, you're Rastafarian leaders. Give me a name. You're Sizzler, you're Mutabaruka. Yeah, the Rasta, but because what? They are aligning you to another nation, which the Most High say you should not do. So it's a commandment that we should not be aligned to another nation. We should not seek their peace. We should not seek to, what the word is not merge, the Bible says, but we should not seek to merge with them, to be joined. We should not seek to be joined with them. That's a big, big sin for the Most High. So your righteousness have to exceed those persons for you to benefit. What is it for you to do? Ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. So you're teaching persons that, you know, we should join with Africans, that you can smoke weed, you can worship Shiva. That's what they're doing, you know. You are the Pharisees of today and the scribes, and you shall in no way enter in the kingdom of heaven. 21.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 21. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment.
So of old time, that is, you know, when you read the Bible, you can read Genesis this morning or Exodus in Moses' time, and you can read in Christ's time this evening. You read both periods of time in a day, but the time span between both periods, you know, you're talking about probably 1,000 years, you know, 1,000 something years, you know, from Moses to Christ. Generations come down, you know. So Christ says of old. So Christ is talking about those days before him, long before him. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old, thou shalt not kill. Right. That was what is in the commandment. And whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. What judgment? The judgment from the Most High. But I say unto you, continue now.
Verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
So, how can you be angry without a brother without a cause? Yeah, you and your brother never have any strife. But you just see him and don't like him. Your Israelite brother, you just see him and you don't like. How many times you have heard a man say, you just don't like the man there? And you say, why? What him do? He don't do me anything. He don't do me nothing. But I just don't like him. For no reason at all. So the Most High is saying, whosoever shall be angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. If you and your brother have a strife, the Most High see with that. You have to still solve it. But you just get up and just angry with the brother without a cause. Yeah. Man just see you and say, you know, I like that car there. When I drive. I'll take it, you know. Just like that. I used to hear man when I was much younger, man say, oh, that boy, I like him, you know, so I just going away. Just see to me and him have an argument. And they do it. They do it. And sometimes cause death to their brothers for no reason at all. No reason at all. So the Most High is saying that such person shall be in danger of judgment. That's the judgment to be judged by the Most High, and the wrong kind of judgment that they get in. And whosoever shall say to his brother,
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council.
Alright, so what it means, what Raka mean now? Give me the Zondervan meaning for Raka.
According to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, Raka, a term of contempt, signifying a depreciatory estimate of someone's intellectual endowment.
A depreciatory what? Estimate?
Depreciatory estimate of someone's intellectual endowment.
Yeah, you just take a man for a fool. A fool that, you know. Depreciating your brother's intellectual endowment. Take him for an idiot. You treat him like he is an idiot. You are in danger of the council. The council just like oh we have council here in I.S.U.P.K. You fall out of line, you are called by your higher officer or officers or captains or you don't trust me, you don't want to go face the general. You don't want to fall out of line and have to go face General Mahama, you know. So don't do things like those. But these are some of the things that lead to black on black crime. You take your brother for an idiot. And then when you come to confront him now, guess what? You realize he's not as stupid as you think. And then you can end up being killed, being whatever. Maimed, stab up. That's the problems we have out here now. Stab up, shut up, and all kind of things. What simple things is black and black crime Christ was teaching right here now. These are the underlying factors. I mean, people see people and just try to do them things, you know. But it's not most times when you see people kill people and so on, it's not much deep things behind it, you know. Some simple little things are called bad mind. And this is what Christ is talking about. Bad mind. Raka. A bad mind, the brother make you feel some now, in all no sense, man. Yeah, man. And you shall be in danger of the council. But
whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
But whosoever shall say, thou fool, call your brother fool. Tell him to his face, you're a fool. Hey, you know, these things play out in Jamaica so often. Yeah, man. First thing a man, when a man have like an argument, the first thing you do is come in front of your face and call you fool, you know. You're a fool. And you prove to him now that you're not the fool. And what happen? When they come in front of you, they want to say, you're a fool, you can't do me nothing. What you do? You're doing something. Well, that is the hellfire that they's referring to here. It's not no hellfire like how the church teach it where you're going to fall in a place, you know. No, hell is right here on earth. It's a condition of life. So you end up in a hellfire where you get chopped up, you get a hand chopped off, you get a foot chopped off, you get stabbed up, or the most famous one, shut up, and guess what? You end up in prison. That's the worst hell you can go in now, you know. Prison. Can you imagine throw you fighting or they throw you? Me hurt you, you hurt me, and then they throw you up in prison. In the same cell, like the two men who were fighting and stab each other and then go to hospital locked up with the two of them side by side. Ever tell them about that one? Yeah, man, put them side by side, man. Whenever they get to go, prison still. But when the doctor in the hospital say, hold on. And you stab him? Yeah. And I stab you? Yeah. Alright. And just get one ear right now and just screen it out and put the two of them around. Yeah, man, by the time they're ready to be discharged out of the hospital, they're two good friends. But these are the things that lead to black and black crime. These are things that lead to crimes. All right, we have now 23.
Concept. Matthew 5 and verse 23. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there remember it, that thy brother hath aught against thee.
So if you take your gift to the altar and remember that your brother, that you and your brother in some strife, what should you do?
Verse 24. Leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First, be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift.
Right, so you go and you seek peace with your brother. I was asking, I'm not sure. You go and seek peace with your brother before you come and seek what you're giving the most I give. Why you think the most I want? No man, that's a great. Why you think the most I want to do that? You come and giving the most I give. To profess that you love the most I and you accept his commands and doing his work. You have never seen the most I, And the brother who you see every day, you can't be at peace with the brother. So you're being an hypocrite. So the most I said, no man, you go reconcile with that brother before you come to me. Because why? If the most I accept the same way, probably years or sometime down the line, you are going to come across something where the most I tell or instruct you to do, which you don't like and what you're going to do. Play the hypocrite with him and never find an next God. Just like how we do. Most of the time you're in one church and you have somebody offend you, what you do? What do you generally do? You have to back high.
You leave and find another church.
You go find a next church.
Start them own church.
Or start their own. But the most I said, it don't work like that. Go and reconcile with your brother before you come to me. All right. And the brother here is referring to, is your Israelite brother. It's not, no brother in front of the race. It's the Israelite brother. The laws were given unto you, unto the Israelites. So I can tell you, it's your Israelite brother he's talking about. Verse.
Verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison.
So here now the most I'm telling you. The adversary, who would be an adversary to you now? Somebody who you and them in some kind of strife, monetary or otherwise. They come to talk to you and you, oh, they have nothing with you, nah, do this, nah, that, and go from here and blah, blah, blah. And the person says, all right, I'm going to take you to court. This is what is happening. The person take you to court, deliver you to the judge, take you before the judge. Once he take you before the judge, what the judge do? Execute judgment. So put you to the officer. The officer put you in prison. And what? What the next verse says?
Context. Matthew 5 and verse 26. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost
Pardon.
farthing.
Until you pay the last cent. Now, anybody who has ever been to court, get locked up for anything like that, know what this is saying. So in other words, I and you have a strife and you make me have to carry it to court. You ain't gonna be released if the judge lock you up. If it reaches stage the judge lock you up, trust me. Ain't releasing you until you pay every cent. I don't know the worst thing. Or you won't pay it while you're being locked up. Somebody will have to pay for you. I remember I had to bail somebody once, they get and money, it was the money strike. They did something. I think it was they threw something on the person. The one who take the lady to court, he was the troublemaker still. But it's like the lady get fed up by him now and just flash something on him. And they catch him in the eye. And he had to go to the doctor. And then he took her to court. And he tell the judge, he's not really interested to lock her up or anything. Just she will just give him back his medical money. That was what he was asking for before he took her to court. And she cut him out and said, "I pay him nothing." He move by front of him and so and so. Just like it is saying here, agree with your adversary before the adversary deliver you to the judge. So he took her to court. The judge said, "All right, yeah, all right, that's fair. Pay him back your money." She said, and guess what? She didn't have it. She really and truly didn't have it. And the case go on and to tell the judge, "All right, lock up time." She get locked up. And she was on bail, something like what, $60,000 or $80,000 bail. Couldn't afford it. So staying a lock up and staying a lock up and staying a lock up. And about 2 months before somebody find the money and well, I mean help her out. They want to bail the person. Put, and then again, you put your finance and character on the line. Anyway, she came out and she went to court and paid back the money and so on. So she was left off. But I tell you, the Bible is so on point when it comes. When you follow these things, these crimes amongst us, amongst each other, won't be there. What's the next chapter now? The next verse is on 21. 7.
27. Matthew 5 and verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery.
So Christ now saying again, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, referring to long times before, hundreds of years before him, according to the law, thou shalt not commit adultery, right? But Christ is going to give you it a little further now. Continue.
Verse 28. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, commit adultery,
Hath
committed adultery with her already in his heart.
You see this woman looking so fine, but she have a husband. That's the one Christ is talking about. You know that she is already married. Yet till you see her and you say, you're sitting down there, damn, she looks so good. Wonder what it would be like to just put my two hands on that rumper. That is what Christ is talking about. You sit down there having wet dreams in the broad daylight about a next man woman. You commit the adultery already. You don't have to actually do it to have committed a sin or a wrong. Christ is letting you know that just by thinking about it, you have committed adultery. Now let's say you didn't know that she was married. I mean a difference. You're still wrong, you know. But Christ can pardon you, you didn't know. That was why in our culture in Israel, you know, the woman who was married would carry herself a certain way. As you look at her, you know that she's married. And by the way, this is why in various scriptures, it can tell you about the woman who dresses and carries herself like a what? Harlot. Because there is dress code for each. If a woman who is single dress a certain way, you can know. A woman who is married dress a certain way. You look at her, you know she's married. A woman and her menses dress a certain way, you know she's unclean. And a woman who is a harlot dress a certain way, you know she's an harlot. So if you're married and you dress like a harlot, trust me, the sin is on your hands on you. Why should you dress as an harlot? And be dressing like an harlot, it seems as if that's something people don't understand in today's day. But dressing like an harlot is dressing in revealing clothes. You're showing up your cleavage. You're showing your rumper. And I don't mean like the clothes. Yeah, you have on the clothes and it shows. Yeah, black woman have the extra, have to put out extra effort to cover up with her. And then there are those idiots who are attracted to married women. Can call them nothing but an idiot. First thing, you've been in danger with the woman's husband. And that is, you know, there's a lot of the killings out here today. What do you call them now? Domestic. I don't want to call them domestic violence, you know. Relationship killing. Here, so the man kill the woman and then kill himself. These are the things that cause it, you know. A man out there saw her lust after her, and she take up the lust. She go and be with him. That is why the Most High Christ is telling you that, you know, don't even start. You know she have somebody, leave her alone. Continue.
Verse 29. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body shall be cast into hell.
All right, so he mentioned hell here again. So that hell, prison, sufferation, being chopped up, being this, being that, being in problem with the Most High, so that man will banish you to extreme poverty. Everything you do can't go right. So if your right eye offend you, 29 and 30 basically talking about this, the same thing. If your right eye offend you, pluck it out. Is it talking about the physical eye? Like, you can't stop looking at your neighbor wife. Yeah, we have to stress that one because, trust me, that is, I have known so many problems that cause from that. You know, going, you looking at your neighbor's wife and you entice her with something. And sometimes human them just say, "Sure, this man every day for the case. Well, give one little piece of making come out from me now." So that one little piece lead to one another little piece and a next little piece. And until next thing you know, you want the whole pan of pudding. And the husband not going to let him go. You know what I mean? You invest in a person that you go and just spend the rest of your life with. Most times it's difficult to for them to say, you know what, this is the end of it. Awesome. You know, much time here, man, I go and say, oh, you think I saw this thing I'm gonna. And me have money, me spend out the whole life for you, and then you want to come get up and come left me. So, you think I saw it, I go, and serious thing follow. Because a lot of time, they don't come in the act themselves, They get persons to do it. And sometimes their friend do it for them. So if your right eye offend you is referring to things that are causing you to sin. So what is it that is causing you to looking at your neighbor's wife? Every time you're going to your yard back, she order by a certain time, then you just don't go to that time there. You talk to her husband. Listen, trust me, tell your wife to cover up now. Or sometimes a friend is the problem. Every time you and that friend go out, him about him weed and you don't have a problem with him smoking, You know him not coming your way, but you say, all right, fine. I'm a virgin long time. Me in the truth, not in the truth. But him a burning weed and every time you want to put the weed in your mouth. I'm like, well, why find you this thing you're going like your pee hole, Take a draw, man. You not do nothing. That is why. That is your right and offending you right there, I'm to cause you to see it, Or you and your lady go out and she not in the truth, but she was a wife before you were in the truth. She eat pork. Maybe she can't cook it at home, but she go out and she eat it. Every time you want to go, she want jerk pork. All right, no problem. I done your woman already. You buy it, give her. But she hold it and push her out. Buy it, man. You not do nothing, man. Take peace. Why is your right hand offending you there? So he's telling you to cut it off. You better cut the relationship. What Christ is trying to tell you that anything that is causing you to sin, whatever your man, whatever your woman, get rid of it. You see the extreme it give you. You can imagine you actually pluck out your own eye. That's why I give you to that. I've heard of persons who amputate themselves. I've never heard of somebody who gouge their own eyes. I don't know if anybody has touched guts. It's probably easier to hang yourself than to gouge your own eye. And Christ tell you, if your right eye offend you, pluck it out. So the things that are causing you to sin, get rid of it. And third is the same thing. If thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And look at that one now. I remember General Bible give a literal explanation, He said, your hand causing you to smoke. Go and get it amputated since you can't stop. If you don't have a hand to put the cigarette at the mouth, then you won't come with the sin. Trust me. That is some death. Shalom, Cap.
Shalom. Let me see if you can still. You go ahead
Chime
after that
in.
one. I just chiming in right now. I had to leave in a few. So you go ahead and keep on rocking it.
All right. Salam, Ken.
All right here.
All right. Now, that's verse 1.
Verse 29. Verse 30.
No, 31. 30, I just read 30. 31.
Matthew 5 and verse 31. It hath been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement.
Right, so Christ here now talking about the law before him. Moses' law, hundreds of years before him. Continue.
Verse 32. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of a fornication,
So that's the only reason why you should put away your wife, to go and cheat on you. Continue.
causeth her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her, that is
Divorce.
committed adultery.
Now, can you imagine? Christ said this, and trust me, divorce probably about 5 or little more than 5 years ago became so rampant that I remember even out here, the court was saying, no man, this divorce thing getting too rampant. So what they did, they start delay the process for divorcement. So people divorcing too much, man. Something that's right. And here Christ is saying, the woman divorce and marry again, she has committed adultery. Can you imagine that? The thing is, we don't know that a man, by law, biblical law, can marry and have more than one wife. It is in the law, and Christ never changed that. But what Christ is telling you here, if you can't divorce the wife, you can't divorce a woman because you don't like her, because let's say you find an ex-woman and you want, no. And trust me, that is many times the cause for a man want to divorce a woman. Why I find another woman? No. Or you say things like, you find faults. Start finding faults because you want to leave her. Christ is telling you that the only reason you can put away a woman is for
Fornication.
fornication. She go and give her the nookie, give her a piece of the cookie. You have the right to divorce her. That's what Christ, Jesus himself, remember, Jesus is the one who will be bargaining for you. Hey, this man here, behind commit sin, but I vouch for it. So the man who is bargaining for you is telling you, don't do this and don't do that. It's just like you have a lawyer who represents you. Everything the lawyer tells you not to do is it you go and do. How your lawyer going to represent you? Everything him said, don't do this, because it's going to be difficult for me to represent you to do this. But you go and you do it. So Christ is the man representing you before the Most High God. And Christ said, you can't divorce a woman. You're married to her for life. That is why UPK have that culture. The UPK tell the men and women of UPK that once you're joined together, having sex, it is for life. for the rest of until one of you die. That's the way Christ set it. Moses had said that, yeah, you can divorce. Go to Deuteronomy 24. But Christ correct that because from beginning, what Moses did was trying to solve a problem. But Christ is letting you know that from even before Moses' time, that's the way it was. 24 and verse 1.
Deuteronomy 24 and verse 1. When a man had taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he had found some uncleanness in her.
All right, what you talk about now? Like uncleanness. You hear this commonly in Jamaica. One man might say, regarding a woman, we either want to leave the woman or fed up her or something. He start cuss her and say what? Dirty girl, nasty. You see, that's how you know these things that is really you about them in the Bible, you know. Even without reading the Bible, these things play out in our people. And they don't know that it is in the Bible about them. So I'm saying now, Moses says, found because in your eyes you find some uncleanness in her. Well, human this, you know, you can't stay with her, man. You can't cook, you can't clean, you can't wash, you can't do nothing. And she don't want to wash herself good. She dirty watching that and the woman do the same thing with the man. Dirty boy. Yeah, Moses saying now, if you find someone clean in her, continue.
Then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house.
Right. And if it's you in fear house, come out. This was Moses' law. Moses is saying, well, all right, you find someone clean this tonight, you can't take her no more divorce her. Probably Moses' time what was happening was that the mother was killing the woman. Maybe that was happening. Every time that woman and kill him and get it right. Probably. Continue 2.
Verse 2. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
Moses says that she can go marry the next man. Continue.
Verse 3.
And
if the latter husband,
that's her second husband,
hate her and write her a bill of divorcement,
so she had divorced a second time now,
and give it in her hand,
yes,
and send it her out of his house,
yes,
or if the latter husband died, which took her to be his wife.
Right. So either if she divorced the second husband or the second husband should die. Continue.
Verse 4. Her former husband,
that's the first man,
which sent her away,
but the divorce her in the first place,
may not take her again to be his wife.
can't marry again. You, the first man, can't go back to her once she go to her next man. And that is even Moses' law. Even Moses' law. You cannot go back to a woman that you have already divorced or break up with. She has gone to another man. Once the next man rather has been in that cookie jar. Nah, that's a no-no for you. You can't go back. Verse 4.
I start with verse 4.
Oh. Continue.
After that,
No. It is our fault.
answer. Verse 4. Her former husband,
Oh, come on, you stop at
which
wife. Send her away.
sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife.
Mm-hmm.
After that, she is defiled.
She is what?
She is defiled.
Defiled. But that defiling is just for the first husband. Under Moses' law, she can go find a third man. But the first man is out of the picture. And let's say the second man divorcing. Him out of the picture wants to go and find somebody else too. The most are serious when they come to Nuki. And they want to talk about, it's my body. I can do what I want. I know so it goes. It doesn't go like that. It's like you would make something. You make a car. And then you have the power to make that car come to life. And that car is going to tell you, it's my body. I want to do what I can do what I want. If you make it, you are the creator, you are the owner. It's the same thing with us and the creator. The creator made us, but we are not ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Just like it said in the scriptures. So you don't have the right to do what you want to do. Finish?
Answer.
Continue.
For that is abomination before the Lord, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance.
So you see what the things that defile the land, you the people living on it with a sinful self. Yeah, we defile the land. You know. Go to Jeremiah 3:1.
Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife.
Now Jeremiah says, they say. So he's talking about the law now, you know. If a man put away his wife, continue.
And she go from him.
And she goeth away from him.
And become another man. Another man.
Right, so she leave him and go turn one next man, woman.
Shall he return unto her again?
All right. Question, Jeremiah, asking a question. Continue.
Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
So you see, woman, it's not your body to do as you want to do. So you see them suffering and things that we're going to Jamaica and not talk about. Well, life gets hard, you know, and thing, you know. It's only the same one cause it. These things pollute the land. That's what the Bible is telling you. You have one man, that man is your man for the rest of your life. If that man is alive, according to Christ, and you and him break up, you can't go to the next one. You would have caused that man to commit adultery, and you would become committing adultery. No matter how grievous this situation is between you and the husband, you know, you break up, you're done. You're shaplock. No more opening. Your body is not for you to do what you want to do. So it saith the Lord. It is Jeremiah now.
But thou hast played the harlot.
Thou hast what?
Thou hast played the harlot.
Yes.
With many lovers.
Yeah.
Yet return again to me.
Mm-hmm.
Saith the Lord.
And guess what? It's just one woman, you know. It's just one man. She might just leave. She leave me, go to one other man. She has in a rope out with that man and come back to me. She has played a lot with me. So say the Lord. And guess what? Spiritually, that's how the Most High judge us, you know. Yeah, man. We're not going to knock up on and turn Rasta in the church, in the Muslim mosque. You're playing the harlot with the Most High. Yeah, man. Okay, I don't want to listen to what I.S.U.P.K is telling me. I go to church. You go, yeah, you go play the Lord, but here is your first love. Once you're an Israelite, what we're teaching you is the first love. This is where you should be. But luckily for you, Christ is merciful and say, all right, since that's all of you had sin, come back. So this is your opportunity now. But no, you still want to play the harlot. You still want to go out and try other men. Let me go, boy. Let me go tour the world, yeah. Yeah, man. That is playing the harlot spiritually, physically. And our women believe that they have got no responsibility. Yet they're boasting about women are gods and women should rule the world and women should this and women should that. And you can't keep your legs locked. Can't keep it locked. Uncle for your husband, you can't keep it locked. But the other man out the road now, you can't keep it locked. Once they smile with you, glance them come like close speed, just goes up. And the foot goes up. It's coming like close speed. And trust me, so many of them out there. Yeah, man. And now Jamaica, a dime a dozen. Yeah, man, you as a man, most of you have to walk and have to walk with the foot. You know, a whole long thing. And the woman out there make a thing out. Yeah, man, the close speed they do want them. And they're pretty too, you know. It's not like they're ugly, they're pretty. So they will lead you to sin. But we have to understand. You know, this is just grace period, you know. But the time is going to come where people are going to really understand that these are not no plaything, you know. I just slip the most I slice your head. Yeah, man. You think you're going to play the rest of eternity? You might be able to do it for the rest of your life if somebody kill you or if the most I, no one know when the most I will return. But you won't be able to do it for eternity. Play the harlot. No bad. So Jeremiah is telling you that you are polluting the land. Imagine if the land itself don't have anything to do with it, you know. But is the land paying the price? The place, the land on which you live. So little Jamaica here paying the price of so many close-minded women that are out there. And the man them who brothers them who can't keep them eyes off a next man property. And yet still they don't want nobody look after them. You know. Yes, man, they don't want no man look after them because they know what they do. What do they ever call the man them who love other man woman? What? Dog. Oh man. You remember? The famous Mr. Joe?
Joe Grind.
Joe Grind. No, Joe Grind is illegal. Joe Grind is not lawful. And they call the woman them what? Joisha. You never used to have any name for the woman, you know, but they have the name now. Dog it. Lord have mercy, dog it. And you have so many women leading. You know, when I was younger, and I hear women, like in the music business, start to say women should be given a chance in music.
Abadawan. Salaki. Explain that Joe Grind.
Joe Grind, that's the man, that is the brother whose eyes keep looking at his neighbor's wife. And he goes in his neighbor's house or property when the neighbor is not there. So they have a term for them out here, we call them Joe Grind. Yes, the drug gang is a big problem in Jamaica. You know. A lot of the domestic violence, man chop up woman because they want start from drug gang.
Yeah, to what? I will use that, brother. Joe Grind.
Okay, SHALAM, sir. Yeah, man. So the law does not back drug gang. You know. Neither the one in the country nor the one in the Bible. No law back drug gang. And you see man beat up and say, oh, me I deal with it, me I effing woman, you know. And pitying don't know that in polluting the land. That's the worst act of brotherhood you could ever do. Go and sleep with a brother woman. Yeah, man. The one that, you know, so sometimes, to me, maybe the better go teach me care, you know. Yeah, man. Me can work and make it back. And if it's insured, me get it back. They come take me woman, sleep with me woman, and then the worst thing you come give me back. They can play up in the and come give me back. No, but now you ain't no friend. You're saying something like that. Yeah, man. That is one of the biggest problem of brotherhood. So many things stem from that, just as simple as that. Sleeping with the brother woman. All right, so that is Jeremiah. Go to Matthew 5 and 33. Matthew 5 verse 33.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 33. Again, ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forwear
Here's the four-wear. Well, don't let that four-wear brother's wife.
thyself.
Forswear.
Thou shalt not forswear thyself,
Right.
but shalt perform
Unto the Lord.
unto the Lord thine oath.
Right, so forswear there means that you know you swear that, oh, me I'm gonna do this. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's forswear. You swear that you're gonna do this in the future. Like say you go in the future. You can't guarantee anything you're going to do in the future. So the most I said, Christ is saying, don't do it. Perform the oaths that are to be means. Just keep the laws and live. And let your next one.
But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne. Verse 35. Nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king.
So you know answer and say, oh, by heaven, I'm going to do this. Or by the earth, you have no control over heaven or over earth. Or I swear by Jerusalem, you have no control over anything like that. Now, the next verse tell you how much of a mediocre man you are. Continue.
Verse 36. Neither shalt thou swear by thy hand,
Head.
by thy head,
Not in your own head. Don't swear by my own head. Or the ear on my head. By the ear of my chin.
because thou canst not make one ear white or black.
You can make one single strand of your ear on your. I mean, if you die, but when you wash it, it's gone. But most the Christ is saying you cannot make one strand of your hair black nor white. So don't swear. That's the extent the most I is taking it, explaining it. You know, there was a post going around in the UPK circle, you know, come out of the church and come into the Bible. When I saw it, I laugh and say, oh my. Shalom to the brother who coined that, I was that general. Whoever it was, shalom to that brother who coined that phrase. Come out of the church and come into the Bible. When you read the Bible, it is so much different from what you learn in the church. You go much, you know, a church, you know, in the church is a sinful place. A lot of sins commit there, and it's like, it's nothing. They even encourage you to sin because they serve Pope at many of their events, and they speak so highly of lobster and shrimp and crab. You know, a simple thing as that, you look at it as if it is nothing. And so many of them, some more. Yeah.
Exactly. I was talking to a Christian minded brother last night. And I was saying to him, the UPK beat the Christian, and every time, every opportunity I get, I beat the Christian, and the Christians always say, why? Why do I hate Christians so much? And I say, because they are not of the seed of truth. They don't follow the Bible. They just say they do, but they do not do. It is expected that they will commit sin in the church.
Yes, you are expected to commit sin. But here in the UPK, you are expected to be pure. So expectation goes a far way. You know?
So being a Christian, you are expected to commit a sin.
Yeah. Yes, man. Keep with the brother, woman. Eat anything you want to eat.
That was the main reasoning that we were on last night.
And yet even though murder, they commit so much spiritual murder. Yeah, man. Spiritual murder Israel every day. Because they will never tell Israel who they be. They will never tell you that you are the true people of the Bible. Because then people is going to be just like the ones in my church. Don't did yourself. Pastor say, yes, it is like that. But how come you never tell me? I mean, well, everybody has to come to Christ, you know. So, but because everybody has to come through that door, I must not know that I'm a human. You have the American Constitution tell the Judites that there are 3/5 of a man. You know the psychological damage that does to you, the black person. And you know the elevated, that is why they murder the people like that, you know. You know the elevation. Hey, me tell you, man, there's so many things happening in this place, man. But, ride on, Mr. Whitey, ride on. And follow on behind them, Mr. Christian. In due time. In due time. Continue. Where are we? 31? No, Mr. 30. 31. How far to something like that? Pastor.
We just read 37.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let your communication, right.
Matthew 5 and verse 37. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay.
Mm-hmm. Let your communication be yes, And UPK was a can. Or nay, no, we say la. If yes and you know, that's what Christ is telling you. Yes and you know should be good enough. Go continue.
For whatsoever is more than these commit of evil. Commit of evil.
So the brother telling you, maybe. You know, there's no such word in the Hebrew language.
Cancer.
There's no translation for maybe, you know. It's either yes or no. No in between.
God.
No in between. The Most High don't give any chance for you to stay in between. And that's why I'm going between the legs of a woman. Alright, so 38 says, ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. What is eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth referring to? Is it that if you pluck my eye, that I should pluck your eye? That is how the church explained it to us.
Cancer.
Well, anyway, to be honest, they have some who explain it another way. But in other Moses that was referring to that the punishment should match the crime. And trust me, in America, they treat Judah that nothing like that. Some crimes or some small things or some blacks do and they get an exorbitant sentence. And you have whites do the same thing and they get a slap on the wrist. Like the woman, I mean, it's nasty. The woman who licked the ice cream.
Cancer.
That's nasty, but 20 years.
20 years.
Better you should make it, probably make you buy out the whole of the ice cream and what other thing.
Did you see the one with where the LGBT?
Go to the mouthwash and spit it back in there and put it back on the shelf.
And walk away.
Yeah, you know anything about that one?
Nothing at all about that.
And what's the name of that girl again? Ariana Grande or one of them white singers lick the donut on the counter in the shop, brother. No charge. And so many other things that other whites does, similar nastiness, no charge. But you know, I tell you, blacks, as long as you know you're a slave in this empire, these chops won't be falling. I'm not going to do what you see the white man do. You're not the same thing. The kingdom, this present kingdom that you're in, is for him. The one to come is for you. You don't start this way. We are making preparations. So when you reach in the wilderness and you start again to learn, yeah man, that you have no in between people and no maybe. It's either yes or no people. Then your kingdom starts. Nobody expect to do things like those and get away. Alright, next one now. That was a 38,
Answer.
39. So the eye for an eye, meaning that crime must match punishment must match the crime. Continue.
Verse 39. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil,
Mm-hmm.
but
Alright, before you touch the butt, Christ is saying, eye for an eye, you don't resist evil there. Because you do me something and I seek to do you back something. You're not resisting evil.
God, God.
Just like in chronic law song. You remember that song we were playing a couple weeks ago? What's the name of the song? I don't remember the name. It's done by a singer named Chronic Law. But basically what he's talking about, you kill somebody for me, and I go and come and kill somebody for you. But where is that getting us? Two of you commit the murder will be in prison once you are caught.
Two will be dead.
And two persons will be dead. But keep counsel. Try another way out. So you wrong me and me seeking a way for reprisal. Ah, you hear that word so many times on the news. It's reprisal killing. And once the police hear reprisal killing, the case done the same. Case finished. No further investigation. It's reprisal. One person from this community kill one over that side. That side. Anybody they catch over for your side, they're not killing. Could have a little baby, you know. That's reprisal killing. But where is that getting you? You resist not evil when you do things like that. Your brother wrong you. You had him in some deal. It went bad, or maybe him jinx you. You try to jinx him back or something. Reprisal that is. But Christ is saying, but
whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also.
what does it say? What is Christ preaching here?
Christ is preaching, brother. No. So if Christ is saying, if you turn, if your brother takes something from you,
Alright, brother, do you wrong, right?
your brother do you wrong.
Alright.
Say in this case, he took some money from you,
Mm-hmm.
and you are angry with it.
Mm-hmm.
You pay over that amount that he took from you. You give him another chance again with the same situation. Even though it is it is very hard to do from the perspective of the Christian.
Alright, what Christ is teaching here is the same thing he was teaching when he said, let him that have sinned have the first stone. He was teaching forgiveness.
Oh.
So, your brother smite you on one side of your cheek, it don't mean a literal box. Your box when my box back. But I'm not talking about a literal smiting on the cheek. I'm talking about your brother wrong you, turn the other cheek, is forgiving him. Meaning, you give him the opportunity to not do it again. So you don't hold against him forever. And this is the only way you can mend the various rifts in Israel. forgiveness. The same way that the Father is forgiving us, we have to learn to forgive our brother. Because your brother doing something, forgive him. That is what turning the other cheek is. Even though people look on us, but they don't say that. But then they are in trouble now because remember earlier when we read and say, don't you have to call a brother a fool? They're not calling you a fool. They are in trouble because you are forgiving.
When you forgive and then say you are to, when they don't forgive, they never get any forgiveness.
Forgive and you will be forgiven. So if you don't forgive, don't expect any forgiveness from the Most High. Because you are not forgiven. Christ was teaching forgiveness. Something that is not in the law. That's why he used the eye for an eye. Because that's the law. The eye for an eye is what the law talk about, which is restitution. Restoring the earth or the damage. That is eye for an eye. But Christ is saying, but I say, if a brother smite you on one cheek, turn to him the other cheek also. Means to forgive him and give him the opportunity to prove himself to you. And how much time shall you do that? Continue.
Okay. And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also.
All right. Forgiveness again. Someone come vex with you and sue you. Take away your cloak. Let him have a coat also. Means what? You are to gather no animosity against him. Have no ill will or ill thought against your brother. Then I say, all right, you take off my cloak. All right, we can have this too. That is showing your human side. Because what I should say that is showing a deeper, a greater side to you. Because the human thing to do would be what? To resist. Right. But what is Christ is teaching us is something that was never there before. Forgiveness. When you check the law, there is nothing in the law that says you commit a particular crime, you can't be forgiven. Yeah. You break one of the laws, you commit a sin, blood have to shed for you to be restored. Yeah? It's either your blood have to shed or you shed one animal blood. Because if you commit adultery, if you should commit adultery or you should murder, what's the punishment? Stone to death. So it's your blood being spilled. Yeah. But if you say do something that a little less, like you touch an unclean animal or so, what you do? You wash and be unclean. Right. And if you should do something else, can't remember one of the things, you might have to kill a blood or you might have to kill a pigeon, kill a goat or something, but blood have to shed. Once you commit a sin, bloodshed is required. Now this is where Christ come now and the Most High shed his blood. The Most High shed the best human being that has ever walked, the most perfect human being that has ever walked this earth. the Most High kill him in front of you, hang him up in front of you, so that you see that. What you should be doing is look and say, "Bless me. If this man was so perfect and the Most High and God kill him, then I have to try to do better. I'm going to have to try and do better." Hmm? So that bloodshed was for the wrongs, the sins that you commit. Can you imagine if the kingdom, if 70 AD when the Romans invaded Jerusalem, Christ never come in and the temple gone and we come out? Hmm. There will be no hope of restitution. There will be none. But the Most High set that hope of restitution in the person of Christ before. And his teachings is what we are following. So Christ says, that's what, 31, 9 or 40? Oh, 41. 41, right? No, that is 40. If any man shall sue thee by law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. 41 now.
Verse 41. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twice.
Go with him twice. Oh. So go with him twice, meaning this is a brotherly thing now, you know. You move in with your brother, my brother come with me, come do this. Alright, tell you what. After I come change your car tire. Alright, other things wrong too. Don't stay with you until they finish. Do what you do. This is brotherhood, Christ teaching. So you don't have to be exact with your brother. That's what he's telling you. Him ask you for help to help him to a mile, but you can't go two. What's wrong with that? That's brotherhood. You don't have to be exact and just give him just what he asked for. You could have given more. Give him. Continue.
Verse 42. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away.
Right. So this is referring to your brother. Your brother in need. And him come and him ask you for something. You can help him, but you don't. That's not brotherly. Give to him that asketh thee. That's your brother. Not. It is not talking about a stranger or another nation or so. This is brotherhood Christ teaching. All of Matthew 5 is teaching brotherhood. So give to him that asketh thee. So your brother come to you and ask you for something and you can give him. Give him. And from him that would borrow of thee, turn thou not away. Turn not thou away. So a man come to you and borrow a thing, and your brother you can give him, you lend him. 43.
Verse 43. Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. Verse 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies.
All right, so deep brotherhood again, Christ teaching. Because that was the downfall of Israel, a lack of brotherhood. When you read all the stories of how Israel fell, from far back, especially from the Grecian time. Lack of brotherhood. Christ is teaching brotherhood here. Love your enemies. Which enemies do you think it's talking? Is it the one that you will go to war with? Talking persons within Israel who are your nation who has become your enemy for whatever reason. And the worst thing, so the other nation, them understand that. Them not choosing you over one of them. They're not doing it. You see it in the Indians so much. No matter the rift the Indians have between each other. And the next, that enemy Indian come to that one for a favor. He takes precedence over you as much as that one is his enemy. Yeah. So Christ, but these things have to be taught to Israel. Israel don't know them things then. But the other nation know them naturally. That is why they reign over you. But the Christ come down on Christ, that's the banner now. Do this. Love your enemies. Continue.
Bless them that curse you. Do good.
Hey, that one is difficult, don't? Yeah, man.
Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them.
Verse 44 is, this is the real test now. If you can pass this test, you can enter the kingdom.
And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
All right, pray for them that despitefully use you. Have you ever been around persons who love you to use you? You see a black brother now? Just want to use you. And you know them man use you now. But they make him go on, eh? Christ said, pray for them. Because he's taking you for a fool. That's why I'm doing it, He's taking you for an idiot, But Christ is saying, pray for them. Those who despitefully use you and persecute you. Bless them that curse you. Yeah.
This verse is one of the verses that Christians love using and say you must love everybody. You must love your enemies. And say, see that Jesus himself said, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you.
So hold on.
And persecute you.
Look how much Christians in America. And they were all silent when they said Saddam bombed the World Trade Center. Why they never get up and speak up and say and preach to America? Love your enemies. And not too late. Why they never preach to Trump now and to Israel? But preach to the fake Jews. Love your enemies. Don't try to bomb Iran. Love Iran. Eh? But no, they just want to put it on the little grassroots man level. But that's also God do things. So for the grassroots, so for the crown of your head. That's how God do things. And I'm not believe that just for the little man. The law is for the big man too. So if the little man all love him enemies, the big man all love him enemies too. And this is talking about Christ, what Christ is teaching. Because he said, I come not but for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So everything that he taught was for the Israelites. So when I'm talking about loving your enemies, it is your enemies, your brother, Israelite brothers who have become your enemies. Just like we were talking about earlier, your brother who have the eye for your wife, he become your enemy. And him thief your car, stop broken your car left nothing in your car. And you know him do it now. You know he's the one doing it, your neighbor. But Christ is saying, love him. Now because you know, because me love him, I call him and I talk to him. When I go thump him down and so, well, let's hope it come not to that. But showing love to someone don't mean that you overlook what them doing. He's talking about tough love. Meaning, you know your brother doing these things, you have to bring him up, counsel him. If you can't talk to him, take him to a higher officer. Show love. Tough love, that is. He might end up in a situation where everybody knows business, but I bet you won't do it again. Yeah. That's how you love them that curse you. It don't mean that you're going to your bedroom and you say, Lord, I'm broken on my car. But you have to love him, so I'm going to love him. And you ignore what he do. No, that's not what Christ is talking about here. Bring him up to a council, man. You're in the I.S.U.P.K, that man broken on your car. If you can't deal with him, bring some of your brother with you, and you go and you confront him, and you show him tough love. Make him know he must not do it. And make him know so you know say I'm doing it. Tough love. Yeah. Continue.
Verse 45. Matthew 5 and verse 45. That ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good.
All right. So the Most High is not partial with him sunshine, eh? Young man, I've dropped you there. Right. So not because the brother is evil, don't mean that the Most High is not smiling at him. The Most High smile and shine him sun on the good as well as the what?
On the evil and on the good.
On the evil and on the good. So don't bother believe the Most High is partial. That is why when it comes to disaster, but I believe that because hurricane come and lit down my house and me are the wicked one. And because your house might stand, you are the good one. When the Most High said it's destruction, you know, if you good and you in the way, you know, you're going to, you know. That's why I normally send someone to warn you before the destruction comes. So you're good, take for yourself. Just like when warned us when we were in the land, and then say, when you see the abomination of desolation take place, go into the mountain, go hide, go fight. But you see, all those who don't believe in Christ, yeah man, then take up arms and believe that they'll fight because God will deliver me. But those who believe in Christ and follow his teachings knew that God not going to deliver you this time. This is it. So they run and hide. Hence we end up in the west coast of Africa. That's how we end up here. Verse 45. Continue. And sendeth.
And sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust.
Right. So Christ is wrapping up his teaching now, and Christ is letting you know that, look, this is how the Father operates, you know. Him send sun on the wicked and on the good. Him send rain for the just and on the unjust. So not because someone might be unjust and implant in seeds in the ground. you believe it's not going to grow. It will grow. But the Most High is not partial. But trust me, in these last days, he's getting partial. Because he's standing up for who stood up for him. That's why I'm sending Christ in. And let Christ be the judge. Because if it was left to him, he'd take off everybody. He would take off every head. He'll send in Christ. And Christ will be the judge. Christ will decide who the angels should kill and who the angels should save. Harvest time is near Israel. You need to get it right with your Creator. He has not taught that to any other nation. That's what, 45?
Answer.
46.
Verse 46. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye?
Continue, finish it.
Do not even the publicans the same?
All right. You remember earlier he said, for you to enter in the kingdom, your righteousness has to exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees. So here he says to you, if you love just who love you, what reward is in that? Because even the publicans, everybody do that. That's what everybody does. Love who love them. Like Big Bad America, they only look out for their allies, ain't it? They only love the persons who love them. But Christ is saying you have to do more than just love who love you. You have to learn to love who hate you. That's what he did, you know. But if Christ was to love only those who love him, how much people would be saved? Everybody around me, even man. And even Peter said, no, I don't know that man. But brethren, me say me not know him, man. What you tell me, man? But we didn't used to see you with him. Man, you watch it, not man. Me say them. So not even Peter would be saved. So Christ is teaching you that, guess what? It's the only way you can repair Israel. You can repair us. Black people here was been through slavery. Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's the only way you can be repaired. Learn to love those of your neighbor, your brother, your Israelite brothers, your Black, Hispanic, and Israelite brothers who have done you wrong, rather than to just love the ones who love you. So many times you hear people say, you know, if me and this man is an enemy, and my friend become a friend with my enemy, me and him a friend again. Don't we hear that many times?
God, sir.
Can. But Christ is telling you that no, that's not the way it is. It don't go like that. You have to do more than just what everybody else is doing. When you do these things now, then you look like that's what makes you superhuman. Man who has done you so much wrong and you show him love. I don't mean show him love like you're an idiot. Show him love. Some of the love you show him might be tough love, but love that can change it. That's what. 46, 47.
Verse 47. And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more? than others.
Mm-hmm.
Do not even the publicans so?
But in the U.P.K. we salute. We greet each other with a salute. So Christ said it's what? It's a salute. If you salute only your brethren, only your U.P.K. brethren, what do you more than others? I don't know. That is why you never hear commanding General Yana have any ill will or against persons, not in the truth. I even get them fake Israelite group, you know. You never hear commanding General Yana with any ill will against persons like that. Yeah, just like Christ. They want to see you change. But trust me, a time will come that patience is going to run out, you know. Yes. I call it grace. Grace is not forever. Grace is not forever. That time will come when grace will run out, and the Most High is going to exact the punishment that is required. And guess what? These forgiveness and these is for you Israelites. You read the Bible and see what plans he has for the other nation. He has no plan to forgive them because they have not seek his forgiveness. All they have done is seek to do wrong. And Christ is trying to take you out of that by teaching you to be superhuman. Because these attributes make you superhuman. Not normal person that will love who hate them. Big bad American so rich and powerful and thing. He can't do that. He cannot love who hates him. Yeah. They have something for this people for Iran. And Iran don't hate them. Iran don't really hate them. Iran might not too like the bastard Jews, but Iran not too hate them. But America can't show them love. America couldn't show the Arabs love. Even when it came out that what? It wasn't the Arabs who did them the ill will. Because they have another goal in mind. So Christ is telling you to be the superhuman. Show love to your brother. And you will solve this crime problem in Jamaica. This problem of, we call it black and black crime. But we have to call it that because, I mean, these black people used to dying, who do you think killing them? It's black and black, black killing black. And probably that is why the other race them don't care, because if you kill someone kill someone of another race who have little power, and so fast then find who do it and bring him to justice. But you, black it's black and black crime, as reprisal killing. And that's the end of it. All right, let's close off now.
Verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So, God is the Father of who? Is it all human? Or is it the Israelites? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Right. So I use the term be the superhuman. Well, that's perfection. Because when you read verse 44, if you can conquer verse 44, trust me, You probably find yourself just disappear and reaching God's kingdom same time, so go sight. All right. We'll close off with Psalm 147. 19 and 20. The book of Psalms.
Contrast. Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel.
So that is Christ now giving Israel the judgment, then telling them what to do and what not to do. So Christ, here him telling them from as early as Psalm, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto
Israel.
Unto Israel, unto you Israelites, black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Continue.
Verse 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He hath not dealt so with
any nation.
So no other nation the Most High has ever taught himself to, so that they can understand him. That's why all the other nations in idolatry now. All them other nations in idolatry. But rather than Israel learn the Most High's ways so that they can teach the nation, that is the purpose here, to govern the other nations, be the guiding light to them. Live the life so they can see and follow you. But no, we want to follow them. We want to worship their God. We want to join their church. We want to join their mosque. We want to be in their, what call it, what Islam, where they, no man, the Hinduism, what they use, temple. We want to be in their temples. We want to be in their synagogues. But we don't want to follow the Most High. Continue.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He hath not dealt so with any nation. So no other nation knows his statutes or his judgment. Continue.
And as for his judgment,
Yeah.
they have not known them.
As for his judgment, they have not known them yet. He said he's going to take the cup from Israel. That cup of trembling and suffering, the hell that you're going through now as an Israelite, he's going to give it to the other nation. That's what he said now. You know, Jeremiah. Praise ye the Lord. So glory be to God, the other nations don't know his judgment. That's what he's saying. All right, so what should Israel do now? What should Israel do?
Follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Just that. John 3. John. Talking about John 3. Looks about 16, I think about 13. Right. John 3:14.
John 3, verse 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
All right. So the same way that Moses used the serpent on the pole in the wilderness to heal the Israelites that were bitten by a fiery serpent, in the same way the Son of Man, who is Christ, is the healer for the pain that you, Israel, is going through. That serpent was raised to who? It wasn't raised to the world. It was raised to the Israelites who were in the wilderness. It's the same way the Son of Man, who is Christ, must be lifted up. And lifted up unto who? To the same people. And here it is in verse 15, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish but have eternal life. And we now know that the whosoever there is talking about whosoever from the house of Israel believe in Christ. Yeah, man, because Christ know that, the most I know that is not there all of you going to take it. It's not all of you going to take the pill. No, man, most of you going to take. I want you to have the pill in a matrix. And the blue pill, you know, make them continue with the same
cancer.
With the same thing, the life. In the same illusion life. Yeah. We know most of you going to take the blue pill now. We're giving you the red pill.
The reality.
The reality. But most of you still going to take the blue pill and continue in your illusion. But that day is coming where it will be cut off. But you know what? No more with them stiff-necked people. We want to work with the ones who is working with me. And I will give them the glory to judge over everybody else. That is what this is all about. If you don't believe it, eh? But that's what it's all about. And with that I say, Shalom, I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. And again, we say I.S.U.P.K bigger at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And with that, we pass the class over to priest and officer and warrior, Akaya.
I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to shed themselves. They are here to shed themselves. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world after 6 months. If a brother or sister is interested in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or the sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi 3 verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, and is pronounced Mahishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Sabbath. Passover. Next. September. Memorial of blowing of the trumpet. First day of the 7th month. Saturday, September 28, 2019. Leviticus 23, verse 24 to 30 to 25.
Pick up it. Now, persons here that answer, but September is the 9th month. Well, in Israel, the first month is the first month of spring. April.
With that, we end the class.
That is the Amajum.
With that, we say Amajum means to stand. Amajum. We give one courtesy salute to the teacher.
Amajum.
Amajum. Amajum Shabbat. Amajum. Barak. Yabashim Yashai Barakatah.
Yabashim Yashai Barakatam.
There's no sister.
Oh, yeah, they should salute him. Salute the sisters. They're online.
We give one courtesy salute to the sisters.
So this is for the sisters online.
Amajum. Amajum Shabbat. Amajum Barak. Yahweh Shamar Il Asad Ba'asham Yahshai.
Yahweh Shamar Il Asad Ba'asham Yahshai, sisters. Start this one. Gallimore. My turning Gallimore. Guy, you better not that.